All right, so the next resilience approach we're going to talk about is the 3 Ps. This is predict, practice, and plan B. This is a really cool approach to help people get a picture memory for what might happen in the future. I also use it for myself. Before I'm going to go into a stressful situation, I'll run through the 3 Ps because it helps me get a sense of felt safety. Remember, Mary said that pictures have a passport. Our fear center understands the world through emotions, and our thinking brain understands the world through language. But both the fear center and the thinking brain understand pictures. So with predict, practice, and plan B, what we're doing is we're getting a picture memory in our thinking brain for what might happen in the future. That way, when your fear center is triggered, you actually have a higher probability of overriding that fear center and staying safe. So with predict, what you're doing is you're asking someone, what do you want to happen? Right? We're talking about what is our ideal situation. Then we're going to practice with that person exactly what we want to happen when we're in a new situation. And we're going to go through all of our 5 senses. What are we going to smell when we get there? Who are we going to see? Who are the other people we're going to talk to? Maybe we'll actually practice some of those conversations. You're going to walk with that person through the entire scenario. So literally you can walk with them. You really want to practice out using all of your body sensations to, again, solidify that picture memory in your thinking brain. So the third part of this is the plan B. And this is where we're going to talk about the things that we know as support people might be triggering for someone. By triggering, I mean something that might click the thinking brain offline. Worst case scenario, what might happen and how can we help one another stay safe in that situation? The key here is to spend time with predict and practice, really walking through all of the hopeful possibilities before you go to the plan B. We don't want to get stuck in doing a bunch of plan Bs before we even talked about what do we want to happen in the future. I was working with a woman who had a real sensitivity to bees, but she loves hiking. So every time before we went hiking, I knew that if we did a predict, practice, and plan B before we got there, her thinking brain would have a better chance of overriding that fear center if she saw any insect. Because anytime she saw any insect, she would have a body trigger that said, that's a bee, and she got really scared, even if it wasn't a bee. So I'd say, hey, we're going hiking today. How do you want today to go? What park should we be going to? So I'm asking her to predict, and then I'm going straight into practice, right? So we would talk about all the different parks in her neighborhood, which ones we might want to go to. We'd also talk about which park had the best hiking trails. Who might we see on the hiking trails? You think we'll see Sally from last week, right? So we're really just kind of talking through what we're going to experience. After we spend some time there, I always ask, so how can I help you feel safe if we see a bee out here? The key here is, even if I know we're not going to see bees because it's the dead of winter, right? That's my rational brain thinking. Trauma affects the part of the brain that's able to discern between what is a real fear and what is a perceived threat. So what we're doing is having that conversation. We're helping people get a felt sense of safety so they can calm their fear center, get their thinking brain online, and do the things that they are passionate about and stay safe.